it is time to make a bit of a change, specifically regarding my S3. We have two separate changes we need to make to the car today. First one is the more interesting one I'll start off with, and that is changing the wheels out on the car. More on that here in a minute. But we also need to do, well, an oil change. So we're going to be swapping the wheels on this car, going to do an oil change, and then we need to take this thing and get it washed, because we got some rain last week and this thing was a tank through it all, but it is a mess as a result. These wheels on the car right now I absolutely love. These are factory Audi S3 wheels. They are 19 by 8.5 and they're really aggressive looking. I absolutely love the kind of gray with the machined edge around them. Kind of reminds me of Turbo X wheels. These are not the wheels that came with the car. I actually did these as an upgrade a couple years back. You can check out that video in the top corner. But every time I do an oil change on this car, I also do a tire rotation. And I figured instead of doing a tire rotation again, I'd been considering this for a while. I figured I'd swap wheels and go back to the old set, which are sitting right out here. So these are also Audi factory wheels, S3 factory wheels. They are 18s instead of 19s. So the car should ride a bit more comfortably with these 18s on it. And since I drive it every day, not that it rides rough, it does not ride rough, but I also just kind of want to change up the look. These are 5x112. The Saab wheels are 5x110. So I did kind of play around with the idea of putting these wheels on the 9.3. They looked absolutely sick. I'll put a picture on the screen. Problem is the center bore on these is smaller than the center bore on the 9.3, which essentially means these would have to be machined out to be able to fit that car, which means I can no longer use them on here. So that was not worth it to me, but these are some really good looking wheels too. Just very simple 5-spokes. One of the reasons I took these off the car was because I thought they were just a little bit bland. I think these are some more exciting looking wheels. With the car being white and not having the black optic package, I'll put a picture on the screen of what the black optic package looks like. It doesn't really look like a sporty, aggressive car. I mean, it kind of does, but it's not super aggressive, and these wheels helped accomplish that. So we're gonna go back to a bit of a more subtle look. Little comparison between the two wheels real quick. I want you guys to let me know down in the comments which one you like better. I think we'll stick with these for at least one oil change until the next rotation. But 235, 35, 19 tires on this one and 225, 40, 18. So again, just a little bit more sidewall there for a bit of a more comfortable ride and a little bit skinnier, at least in theory. Although honestly, the thickness of the tire looks about the same. Not that traction is an issue with this car though, with the all-wheel drive and only about 300 horsepower. But yeah, let's do the other side.
5 minutes later.
Looking pretty good. So I can say that the 18s are confidently a good bit lighter than these 19s, which obviously makes sense. So that should help maybe with some improved gas mileage a little bit. But these are incredibly dirty. They also need to be inflated. But I'm gonna do all that now. And then we need to do the oil change, which I may or may not have already done. So ignore the fact that these wheels are on the car. But let's get to that now. For this, we have some Castrol 5W40 and a MAN oil filter. Now, doing an oil change on this car is not done in the traditional method. You actually use one of these fluid extractors right here. So I'll show you all how to use that in case you're curious. These fluid extractors are used on a lot of the newer cars, especially the newer Audis and Volkswagens. Essentially what you do is you take this long tube, stick it down the dipstick area and into the oil pan, and then you can either use compressed air or just manually pumping to suck out all of the oil. So it's nice because it prevents you from having to get under the car to do the work. These cars do have plastic oil pans, which means that if you do take the drain plug out, they are a one-time use, so you have to get a new drain plug. Not a huge deal. I think they're only like $1.99 or something. But this is the way it's recommended doing it. I am a little bit concerned over time about some sediment and little things that would drain out with a normal oil change, not coming out with this extractor method, but people never seem to have any issues with it. And this will be my, I think, 4th time using this extractor, and it's been great. So let's get started. First things first, I'll pop off the engine cover. The car is warm. Obviously, you want to do your oil changes when the car is not scalding hot, but it's somewhat warm. Its oil temp was about 160 degrees when I pulled it in here about 5 minutes ago. So I'll remove the oil cap just to be safe here. Yeah, that's nice and warm. And then remove our dipstick. And now we'll stick this guy as far down in here as it'll let me. All right, let's start pumping. Now that we have that started, we just need to kind of wait for this to fill up. It looks like it's going back down. I realized why it wasn't coming in as fast as it should. I had the stupid air valve open. So it was just letting all the air out I was pushing in. So now I should just be able to pump this a few more times. You can see at the bottom here, it's starting to fill up. So this car takes about 6 quarts of oil. When I've done this in the past, I've gotten about 5.5 quarts out. So whatever we take out is what we'll put back in. Well, this keeps working. I need to remove my oil filter. Very easily accessible, right on top here, 32 millimeter. Coincidentally, the same size as the 9.3, which is great. Not the filter itself, but the socket size. Let all that oil kind of drain out. This part right here, very standard oil change procedure. If you're wondering the interval I'm doing this oil change on, it's every 5,000 miles. The Audi dealer doesn't recommend doing it till every 10,000, but the car is 55,000 miles now. Ever since it's been out of warranty, I've been doing it every 5,000 just to be safe. And you can see, I mean, the oil is not black, but it's definitely a good bit dirty after 5,000 miles. So just help prolong the engine's life as long as I can with this. You know, regular maintenance, of course, very important. All right, I'll just use a little bit of old oil on that O-ring there. This is not labeled in American, but we are at almost 5 liters now, so I think we're getting close. I'm gonna give it a few more pumps because it looks like it lost pressure. You'll know you're done once you start to get a lot of air bubbles. And at that point, I'll kind of fish around with the tube to push it in a little further, try and put it in at a different angle, get every last little bit I can out of there. Getting a lot of air bubbles now. So it looks like we got out maybe 5.2-ish liters, which equates to about 5.5 quarts. So what I'll do is put in maybe a little bit less than 5.5 quarts, let the car run, check its level. Put about 5 1/4 quarts in. Well, let's reinstall our dipstick. There's some oil spillage on the cam cover here, so I'll clean that up, put the oil cap on, and let's start it up. While I am waiting for the car to warm up, looks like it's at 132 degrees currently. If we go into the MMI here, go to vehicle, and you kind of go to the left here with the button, pulls up a wide variety of different options. But if you go down to service and checks, service intervals, And there you go. Looks like I actually had done 5,300 miles since my last oil change. But we just need to reset that. Look at that. Beautiful. I won't bore you guys with cleaning this. You just pop this off and then you can dump the oil out from this same inlet. And then to clean this out, I just pull the tubes apart, run some water through there and let it air dry. Very simple and straightforward. All right, car is up to 202 degrees. Looks like we might need to add just a hair more. It's between the min and max, but it's about a third of the way up. I'll maybe add another quarter of a quart in, and then we'll be good.
Control the air you breathe. Worship me, worship me. My forgiveness sets you free. Worship me. I control the air you breathe. Worship me, worship me. My forgiveness sets you free.
Well, I am, honestly, when I put these wheels on, I wasn't sure I would entirely love them back on the car. But as I've gotten the car washed, wheels super cleaned up and looking perfect, I honestly, it's a very welcomed change. One thing I'll say is that before, the car kind of had a few different colors going on, if that makes sense. Obviously the white paint, but then you have like the silver accents on the mirror, around the windows, on the grille, etc. But then you had the gray wheels with the diamond cut face on them, which almost didn't fit the car as well as these wheels do. The silver wheels just match so well with the mirrors and grille and everything else. And like I said, I think it's a very welcome change. I am really loving the new look of the wheels so far, but I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts, if you agree with me, if you think this is a good change. If I messed up, I should go back to the 19s. I will say the ride, of course, has gotten a little bit more comfortable, which is great, but some beautiful views here at this trailhead. It's about 103 out right now, so not much activity here. So great spot for some photos. I'm curious to know if you all would like to see some more maybe car related things on the channel, like some house updates or some other things, projects that are going on. Let me know down below in the comments. But that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next one.